I mean, a lot of guys, all these guys in front of them are going to have some issues in the next 9 races. So, you know, Jimmie did come back last year. He won a few races and put himself right back into position.
But 2 years ago, he won 4 races. He still couldn't win the chase.
Right.
Lost by 8 points.
That's right. See what happens this year. This race 2 of the 10-race chase for the Nextel Cup. Pace car to pit road. Ryan Newman brings them back to green. Drivers in yellow on the ticker. The 10 drivers in the chase for the championship.
Take a couple laps till things get sorted out. Everybody's right down on the bottom right now. The further they run, the longer they put laps on these tires. You'll start seeing guys going to the top, actually finding places where their cars handle the best.
It's Greg Biffle in the high groove.
I don't think he wants to be up there. I think he kind of got kicked up there, and will get back to the bottom as quick as he can.
Mark Martin runs in the 7th spot. An update from Dave Burns.
And Bill, he was told that his teammate Greg Biffle was having trouble keeping his car down to the low side, and that's one of the reasons why he was aggressive with him and quickly went by him.
Now Martin looking inside of Joe Nemechek.
Talked to Pete Wright, the car chief on that 01 Army car this morning, and congratulate him on a great qualifying run. He said, now we just got to stay up in the top 5. We see that's not happening. That was a battle for the 6th position. He's now back to 7th and about to lose that to Kurt Busch.
Trouble. Stewart and Kasey Kahne.
Kahne, one of the championship chasers. Talked to him on Friday about all the bad luck he's had at this track, and now more of it. Second caution of the race. Heavy damage to the 9 car of Kasey Kahne. Came in 8th in the championship standings.
Kasey Kahne up on the top. Oh, Stewart just loses it. Loses it down in the bottom, and Kasey Kahne just gets collected.
Has nowhere to go. On board with Kasey Kahne as he goes in turn 3, and he thinks he's good and safe, but Tony Stewart, the back end comes around, and up the racetrack he goes. There's nothing you can do about that in Kasey Kahne's situation.
There's guys down on the bottom of Kasey.
Go there.
See him up high. He couldn't turn left because Sturman was there. Or David Stremme was there.
Real good.
So, yeah, he had no place to go.
Kasey had a DNF in his first 3 races here, 2 of them because of crashes.
Well, there's his mulligan for the chase for the NASCAR Nextel Cup.
Tony Stewart's never had a DNF here in 15 races, but he's got a lot of damage now at Dover. We go to green.
And you know that Tony Stewart did not want to eliminate Kasey Kahne.
No, he feels terrible about it. I mean, you know, he was down there. The car got loose. He didn't even know Kasey Kahne was probably up there. But, yeah, it's early in the race. There's cars all around. Too bad for both of them.
You got to race hard.
Yep.
Okay, we'll watch these laps unfold under green and check with Marty.
And Bill, I'm not even sure Kasey Kahne broke a sweat today. What was your take on what happened, Kasey?
It looked like, you know, the 20 was a little loose. 20 was loose, and we were all battling, and he spun out, and I had nowhere to go. I was on the outside of a car. I couldn't go low. I knew I needed to go low, and I just couldn't get down there and run into him. So it's disappointing. That hurts pretty bad to have a car as good as we had. I know it was so early in the race, but you know, I had already told Kenny my car was awesome and we were going to be good to go, but things happen, and it's too bad for all the Dodge dealers out there, the UAW. It's a disappointing day.
After the problems you had last week with the cut tire and the finish you didn't really want, this is really going to hurt the championship effort as well.
It kills us. I mean, we can definitely still get, hopefully, a top 5, but it pretty much kills us for the championship. And we just got to win races from here out. That's all we can do.
And there's a lot of damage to this 9-car, Bill. It's going to be a long day for Kasey Kahne once they do get him back out on the racetrack.
And I agree with them. I mean, it's 197 points. I know BP and I do not agree on this, but you can win all the races you want, but unless those guys up front, the top 5, have problems, it's not going to matter.
Losing hurts more than winning helps in the chase.
I believe that. Yes, sir.
Mark Martin, one of the championship contenders.
And Mark Martin has eased back in that 6 car. He's lost some spots. He's working his way backwards now, so evidently something not to his liking in that 6.
Handful of cars did come to pit road under that caution, most from the back half of the field.
Well, we lost Kasey Kahne, but we still have Junior to work out the top groove, that outside line.
Ryan Newman is the race leader. He has led all 20 laps so far. He started the day with only 9 laps. Dick Carr Jr. runs in the 11th spot.
Right behind him, Jimmie Johnson's working his way up forward.
An update on Junior from the birthday boy, Alan Bestwick.
Oh, I knew somebody would get that in sometime today. Notice Junior's not running the bottom of the racetrack. Said on the radio a minute ago the car just won't go on the bottom. That's why he's moved up, searching for better speed and better comfort.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, trouble. Turn 4 once again.
David Reagan in the 06. Caution number 3. With 22 laps complete.
David might not have hit anything.
And should get an award for that.
Make sure we don't pull the tire.
Watch the right side of the screen.
And he looks like he got run into also.
That might be Kenny Schrader. I don't know. Don't know exactly who that was behind him.
It was Schrader.
Was it?
It sure looked like it. We might be able to find out.
Here's a shot from Schrader's roof.
Okay. It in fact was Schrader.
Little Debbie got him. Alan?
Hey, Bill, we did offer Tony Stewart the chance to speak about the incident. He declined at this time. The crew is working on getting the car back out. They don't feel it'll be that long. The word from Tony's representative is he'll be happy to talk at the end of the day, but at this time he would rather take a few minutes and cool down.
That's tough. For more reasons than one.
Well, I mean, Tony Stewart is a NASCAR Nextel Cup champion. Yep. He's a couple of championships. He's won I don't know how many races. He's maybe the best pure race car driver in the whole deal, and he lost control by himself. He's not a happy camper.
Well, didn't somebody take him out as Jeff Gordon hits pit lane? Didn't he have somebody take him out at Loudon when he was racing for the championship that wasn't in the championship?
Yes.
Robbie Gordon and Greg Biffle got in.
We're trying to settle an issue.
Yeah.
So he knows how it feels being in that situation.
Pit stops. Marty Snyder.
And Bill, Jimmie Johnson, one of those guys coming down pit road trying to get a change here. He said it just feels like he has no grip on the racetrack. And a lot of people are talking about the upper groove just having no rubber on it, being hard to run, a little too tight for Johnson. They make the wedge or chassis adjustment to the 48 car. Alan?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. on pit road. You see a chassis adjustment being made in the right rear corner of the car. Going to be a 4-tire change for driver 8. Up at the head end of pit road, Jeff Gordon in the 24 has just left a 4-tire change, a small air pressure adjustment to help the handling of his car.
You see the race off of pit road, and Ryan Newman, the race leader, feels very lonely right now. He did not pit.